Let's have a look at a V, H and X lookup. Now in this first example, I've got a product price list held in column A and B. You could have the list on a different worksheet, a different workbook, but for this example, we'll just keep it on the same sheet. Now, in column F, I want to return the correct price based on the product number. So I want to look up my prices in column B and return it to column F using a Vlookup. The V stands for vertical because in this example, the prices are held vertically in column B. So that's where the Vlookup name has come from. We're going to click in cell F2. Let's go to Formula and then Insert Function. You'd also get it from the drop-down Lookup and Reference, but I'm just going to go into Insert Function. I've used it before, so mine it comes up straight away. I'm going to double-click on the Vlookup. So the first thing to do is decide what are you actually looking up. Well, in this example, we want to return the correct price for product 2 that happens to be in cell E2. So that's the lookup value. The table array is essentially where are you going to look this up. In our example, it's the price list. So we're going to highlight from A2 down to B9. Now, as we're copying this function down, we are going to have to fix the price list with F4. Maybe it's function F4, but certainly we have to apply the dollar signs for everything. The column index number is thinking about the price list. The product name is in the first column, column A, and the prices are held in the second of the two columns that we've highlighted. So the column index number is 2. The range lookup, in the case of an exact match, which is what we are looking for, you type in the word false and that will return an exact match. You'll see there it has come up with 29. If I look at product 2, I can actually see that product 2 is indeed £29. So click on OK. There's the first one. Copy down and it will look up the correct price depending on the product number. If I change the product, then the price will change. So that is a Vlookup. Now we can do exactly the same with an H lookup. H for horizontal. In my example, the price list is held horizontally in row 3. So it's an H lookup we're looking for, but we're doing exactly the same thing. In cell C6, then go to Insert Function. This time it's the H lookup we're looking for. We're still looking up the product, which happens to be in B6. We're still looking at our price list, which we have from A2 to H3. We have to fix it into place. Thinking about the two rows that we have highlighted above, that the actual prices are in the second of the two rows. So the row index number is 2. And again, the range lookup is false. So that is the H lookup. Okay. Now, moving on to the third sheet. What happens if it's not an exact match? So in this case here, there's a commission that's based on a variety of sales here. So if a salesperson has 0 to £999 worth of sales, they're getting no commission. If they've got £1,000 to £1,499, they're going to get 5% and so on. So this time we're still going to do a Vlookup because the commission percent are held vertically in column F. Go to Insert Function, back to the Vlookup. What are we looking up? The sales value in B2. What are we going to apply, or where is it? Well, the commission rates are held between E4 to F9, and we will fix that into place. the actual percentages of the two columns we've highlighted is in the second of the two columns. Click on 2. This time, there's not an exact match. You'll notice that range lookup is not in bold, and with Excel, when it's not in bold, it means you don't actually need to use it if you don't have to. So all I do at this point is leave it blank, or you could actually type in the word true, but leave it blank, click on OK, and it will return, the correct commission dependent on the value of sales. So that is a VLOOKUP where there's not an exact match. Now, let's look at an X lookup. Here we have some information, starting with the business name in column A, and then a contact, a number, and so on. And in our section over here, we would like to look up each contact that we want to phone, get the business name and the mobile number. So it's another lookup. But the problem we've got with a VLOOKUP, if you note that the business name is to the left of the contact. Our lookup value is the contact, and for some reason with a VLOOKUP in Excel, it can't look left, it can only look right. So we'd either have to move the business name, move that column to the right of the contact, or you're going to get an error message. But instead, we can use the X lookup. It's a reasonably new feature in Excel, and it means you can look left or right. So let me show you how to do that. I'm going to click along here in the business name first of all, and back to Insert Function. And this time you want to find the X lookup. It looks slightly different, although the first thing that is the same is the lookup value. In this case, we're looking up a name, the name in cell I2. The lookup array essentially is where are we going to find this name? We're going to find this name somewhere in column B. So I'm just going to click on B and get the whole column highlighted. The return array for this one here is we are looking to return the business name, which happens to be in column A. And that's it. That's the X lookup. Click on OK. You'll see it's returned Greenwood PLC. Copy down, and that's that. I'll do the same with the mobile number. Insert function, X lookup. We're still looking up the contact name. That person is still somewhere in column B. And the return array, we're looking for the mobile number in column C. And that's how we do an X lookup. OK it, and then copy down.